dedicated, athletic work ethic. Go get it, go hard, break world record. Power moves, life is chess, this is not checkers. Success only answer to the go-getters. Putting in the work on the regular is clockwork. Sweat stay dripping on schedule. The work build character, the regimen is medicine. The grind is my zone, I'm at home in my element. It's business and personal, growth and development. If it ain't for the betterment, it's irrelevant. I'm about doing what it takes, never settling. You say you wanna live your best life, let's get it then. It's all about putting in the work, and I'm about putting in the work.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. It's about putting in the work, right? So the USA, 126 medals, 40 gold medals, and whatever else, right? Tied with China. I was impressed by this year's Olympics. You know, I want to shout out to all the athletes that took the time out and, just to think, about Simone Biles and somebody that could work 4 years and master their craft for routines that's less than 2 minutes. You think about some of these sprinters, the guys, and especially the track and field, is ridiculous what they have to put their body through for 4 years just to compete. That's why some people felt like when the sprinter was he ran the track, he had COVID. Some people said, "Oh, he was irresponsible," so on and so forth. What do you want the guy to go back and practice for 4 years for a 10-second race or less? Um, so you know, and I was just looking at that, man, and I'm so impressed by, like they said, a lot of the women won the majority of those medals. And that's just to let you know how we moving as a culture in a country. So to go US, so we had to do it. We had to talk about it. Of course, we're going to talk about basketball. We got to get to it. Oh, by the way, let me show you. I got my little, my little gear. It's a little nippy in here. And I got some people that take care of me. You show that love, you get that love. So a couple of pieces. Get this go right. There we go. Okay. All right. Y'all see what it is. So, you know, when we go represent like this as a country, it makes me question how we can't be the same unit in our own country. It's one to grow on, one to think about, right? Me as an African American, I've always asked myself, I'm only African American in America. Whenever I use my passport, I'm just an American. But in my own country, I'm not an American. I'm an African American. So I think those are some questions that we eventually have to ask. Am I American or I'm a different group or something? When we rely on all those athletes to go represent our country, and then it's like, to me, it's an insult for them to come back to their own country and they have to be a different version of themselves. I mean, when you're winning, you're just an American. Maybe just a thought, something that, I had to think about. That's why I think sometimes people get caught up in the this, that, this. But as you can see, every one of those teams had people from different walks of life. Once again, kind of like my Phenom America team. And at some point, we're starting to see there's a lot of interracial relationships on a lot of those Olympic teams. And it shows to show you that people are coming together and realizing different things. And we have to change that narrative and understand that if we're going to be Americans, we should be Americans across the board. But let's get to it. Let's talk about it. I mean, the American team, we was like, both basketball teams didn't have a walk in the park, right? Because when you look at it, I've been overseas, I trained overseas, I've trained in many different countries. And I just think that us as a culture in America, we're falling behind because the young players, if you look at Luka Doncic, By the age of 14, he was in the NBA in his country and building his skill, building his ability. And while our 14-year-olds or 15-year-olds are still in class reading The Great Gatsby, To Kill a Mockingbird, Macbeth, things of that nature, these young prodigies, I would say, blue chippers, they're getting quality reps in. When I say quality reps, they understand the NBA game. So Luka Doncic came to America when he was 20 years old, 19, 20 years old. He was probably the best player on the planet from just his reps alone and the amount of hours he put in. I'm a trainer, well-known trainer. And say if a kid is dedicated and he's really, really wants it, and he trains with me 3 hours a week. The kids overseas are training something 20 hours and better. Then they're building their body up. I was out in the Dominican Republic one time, and I noticed that they had a whole facility of the kids just going, hitting the ball, from lifting weights to hitting the ball. It's like they're on a complete path to, by the time they turn 18, they'll be ready for our major league. So now you got schools like Overtime Elite and all of these different things, all these basketball avenues, and they're trying to get closer towards that. G League, all of these things. But I just think we're losing a lot of ground just from the talent that they're producing in other countries. I'm going to go to a video just to let you guys see that the NBA is going global for many, many reasons. Of course, the money. Of course, the money. They have NBA academies in different parts of the world. I know they started out with a bunch of them. I don't know if they all survive. I know they had one in Australia, Argentina, in different places. I think they're narrowing it down. They had one in Africa. And I just, some of the things don't work out trying to, uphold a facility like that. And they basically teaching the game in other countries and getting the kids prepared for our NBA. If you look at our draft, I think it was all guys from France. First couple of draft picks. So this game is going global. I just wanted to let y'all see a video right quick. I have to rewind it. Go the game. In Senegal. Right? So these young guys is putting quality time in. So now you're starting to realize that most of the guys that's making it now is the ex-NBA players. When I say ex or former, great college players right now, from like you look at Bronny, right? LeBron James' son, Carmelo Anthony's son is pro ready now. I mean, he's serious. You got a bunch of players right now. So if you're coming from the hood, you playing AAU, things of that nature, it's still a long shot today. I think John Morant is starting to talk about that. People starting to talk about those things because a lot of the kids are not prepared. Right. But now, let's get to this. America, let's talk about the game. And I'm only trying to impress upon y'all the facts that this is a serious game now. Other countries are competing for many reasons. Many, many reasons. And they're getting it. They're working hard. They're putting the hours in. So let's just, by sheer numbers alone, if a kid worked with me for 3 hours, and then times 4 times a week, that's 12. Then you take a kid that works 20 hours times 4 weeks. Look at that number. That's 80 hours. So you got to look at those things and understand the type of thing that's going on right now. And a lot of our young men don't truly understand how serious it is. Look at the women. If the lady did the same thing Kevin Durant did, right? So let's say if she would have realized where the line was, they probably would have went to overtime and maybe ended up with the silver, right? So it just goes to show you this game is global now. It's a global game. But I'm gonna tell you one thing that I discovered, and I'm a Michael Jordan fan. I seen Michael Jordan career from the beginning to the end. I seen LeBron James and his career is still going on. And I don't want to get too deep into the GOAT conversation, but I realized me being so much of a Michael Jordan fan, and they brought up Michael Jordan being better than LeBron James being better than Michael Jordan. They brought that narrative so early, it made, if you want to say old heads or guys that's total Michael Jordan fans, turned off by that reality pretty early, right? Because we like, hold up, he's done nothing. He's better than Michael Jordan. And I think at that time, or even now, people get so much attention for potential. I mean, so much money and attention for potential. Like right now, they already Patrick Mahomes, they're comparing him to Tom Brady. Like, I just think Tom Brady body of work is just something. And in some aspects, I think you're setting the person up for failure to a certain degree when you put that much pressure on him. But LeBron James have lived up to the bill. He lived up to the hype. And I'm starting to realize by them doing that, that robbed me a little bit of appreciating them the way the other people do, right? Because I'm not looking at, he's like a Magic Johnson with Michael Jordan Hobbs. And all I think I used to watch him and think like, oh, he's no Michael Jordan. He can't do things Michael. And I think I clogged my mind or clouded my mind where I didn't really get to fully appreciate everything that he brought to the game. And I looked at him in these games right here in Olympics games, right? And I'm like, man, this guy really he has it. He has it all. He has the numbers to back it up, right? Unbelievable numbers. I mean, you have to respect what he's brought to the game. And if he's somebody's GOAT, I have to appreciate that because they might have been appreciating him a lot longer than me. So with that being said, I'm going to put something up. And as you can see, we look at all the numbers, the stats, all of these things, what these guys done. I'm no longer want to fight about that anymore. I think I want to appreciate both of these greats, right? I want to appreciate both of these greats. So I'm no longer going to get in that conversation because I'm actually not even enjoying what LeBron James is actually doing, right? I'm a Kobe Bryant fan, big time, right? So I just think they gave him the torch a little too early, but he has some numbers, and I'm going to give the guys that believe he's their GOAT, I'm going to give them that. MJ is still my GOAT because I think it's just a chain, right? You go from Dr. J to Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant, LeBron James. And then, you got this culture where LeBron wear 23 for a reason. So Michael Jordan inspired him. I'm one guy. Muhammad Ali is my role model. I don't put anybody over him, not Michael Jordan, anybody. He's my role model. Muhammad Ali. He's number one to me. So I couldn't see myself if I was a boxer ever try to think that I was over the guy that inspired me. And then you have some guys say, oh, when idols go to rival, turn to rivals. And I'm like, yo, I'm from a different time and era. If I pay homage first, then I respect the person. And then I play as hard as I play, do what I have to do. But I just think that when you try to break that chain and, Dr. J, Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant, LeBron James. And I think all of those guys made each other who they are today and made both of them special, right? Made both of them special to me. So I think those things matter. But we got to get back to that Steph Curry shot. This guy is something else. I mean, one of those threes he shot, the three when he put the whole gym to sleep. Let me move. Let me shift. Night. When he took the shot, I was like, if this goes in, and I've been in games like that where a guy hit a shot like that, you freeze because you can't believe it. And your brain is like, yo, we came too far for you to hit that kind of shot. And it takes something from you. It takes something from you. So I know the whole country saw that shot and was like, this. Heartbreak, tears. Yeah. All I can say is other countries is coming. But Steph Curry, I don't know where you at as far as point guards. I'm going to say it today. You over Isaiah. Zeke, I'm sorry. Okay? Isaiah Thomas, he got you. he got you, man. Like you say, he got you, man. Isaiah Thomas, we love you. Magic, I just think you're just a different type of player. But Isaiah Thomas, bye-bye. Bye-bye. Steph Curry got that spot. Yeah, wherever you at on the top 50, whatever you at, yeah. Like that. Yeah. Steph Curry just put you to sleep too, man. Yeah. You did it, Mr. Curry. Put him to sleep. So, the game is going global. I want to show a few more videos. Then I'm going to get out of here on this Go Us podcast. Just to let you know how fast this game is moving, how much money is involved. It's a real business now. Real business.
Will easily turn into $3 billion a year.
Well, let me start from the beginning, my bad.
The NBA has so many star players from Europe now that they're thinking about starting an NBA Europe League. And it makes sense seeing as the NBA has already hosted over 200 games outside of North America. Just from Europe, the NBA generates a calm few $100 million a year in revenue that they're confident will easily turn into $3 billion a year if they make the NBA Europe happen. I mean, they're already making $5 billion a year since going all in on China. The NBA is already so international that on opening night, they featured 125 players from 40 different countries. And oh yeah, fun fact,
out of 450
of the Cavs Instagram following is international.
My numbers
Not gonna lie,
right.
I see this being a good thing. Serge Ibaka is having the time of his life playing in Germany, and former NBA player Mike James is now the EuroLeague's all-time top scorer. I think the only thing left at this point is for the NBA to go fully global for a team to rightfully earn the world champion title.
The money they're gonna make in streaming is right now off the chain. Stephen A. Smith is worth $100 million already for what he gonna bring together for ESPN. So what I'm telling you is, this is a global game. And by 2028, we really gonna have to put a team together. I don't know what age LeBron James gonna be then. 44. So more information about this, and I'm going to close out on this Go Us podcast. But check this out so you can hear these numbers. Check it out.
More than their current agreement. The NBA is closing in on deals that could bring in about $76 billion in media revenue from 2025 to 2036. So what does this mean for basketball fans? The league is nearing deals with 3 media giants, ESPN, NBC, and Prime Video. ESPN will put up a reported $2.6 billion a year to retain its rights. That's $1.5 billion more than their current agreement. They'll get to broadcast the NBA Finals as well as some regular season matchups. NBC is near an agreement to make a comeback as an NBA broadcaster in a deal worth $2.5 billion a year. They'll acquire 100 games, half of which will air exclusively on Peacock. Which actually brings us to Prime Video, who is set to stream NBA games for the first time. Play-in games, the in-season tournament, and even a share of the conference finals will stream on Prime. Now, TNT and Warner Bros. Discovery will still get a chance to match those deals, but if they're left on the outside looking in, inside the NBA could very well be in jeopardy. So what do you think of the NBA's future on TV? For more details...
So, Kenny Smith, Charles Barkley, and Shaq, they're gonna find another job somewhere. We know that. But that's why they're able to pay these salaries. The streaming alone, the commercials, all that. I think the stock market's supposed to get into it in the next few years or this year or whatever. And you'll be able to buy stocks and this and that. So the owners are now multi-billionaires. So it's a hell of a thing. So I know we 20 minutes already. I want to clap for the U.S. for getting it done. And I want to show a few more pictures of some of these great athletes. And man, listen, I want to thank y'all so much for coming to the Go Us podcast. And check the sister out. You got a lot of speed. You could just guess, turn, and look. I'm going to start hitting y'all with some of y'all with that look. I got to get my legs back together. Hit y'all with the Coach Cookbook. And hit you with the Richardson look. So be ready for the Richardson look along with the Coach Cookbook. Then you got to put the girls up. It's only right. Let me dip. Let me tilt. Let me tilt up out of here. And I'm back. And thank y'all for coming to the Go Us podcast, supporting what me and my nephew do. He been busy. So he's going to be joining us real soon on the next show, couple of shows. And I'm about to bring y'all from Phenom America, the All Dog Stars team. Cats that got that dog in them. You know who you are. Thank you again. Appreciate you. And please like and subscribe. It's not easy putting content out. Appreciate you. Love you. Go me. Go you. Go us.
Dedicated athletic work ethic. Go get it, go hard, break world record. Power moves, life is chess, this is not checkers. Success only answer to the go-getter. Putting in the work on the regular is clockwork. Sweat stay dripping on schedule. The work build character, the regimen is medicine. The grind is my zone, I'm at home in my element. It's business and personal, growth and development. If it ain't for the betterment, it's irrelevant. I'm about doing what it takes, never settling. You say you want to live your best life, let's get it then. It's all about putting in the work. And I'm about putting in the work.